Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I am your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me today is adult star and content creator, and a hell of a one at that, the one, the only Miss Dasha Dime. How are you, Dasha?
Good. Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah.
Uh, you're very welcome. First and foremost, for those who've not checked out Dasha, you do a lot of great work within your content, really showcases a lot of sensuality and a voluptuosity factor. I gotta say, from what I've seen, I dig what I'm seeing.
I'm sorry, what again?
Oh, I was saying, from what I've been seeing, I've been digging what I've been seeing, Dasha.
Great.
Well, let's start it out like this because first and foremost, the adult entertainment industry, much like anything else, it's an art form, right? So everybody's applying their craft in amazing fashion. So for you, what kind of gravitated you towards the adult side of things and the content creation side on that front?
I don't know. Help me out on this one. What do you mean? Like, what kind of,
Sure. What kind of gravitated you? What made you decide to want to get into the adult entertainment industry and do content?
like in general?
Yes, ma'am.
Why not?
Okay, see, I like that even more. I like the bluntness side of it. Okay. I always look at it from a stance like this, and I'll even follow up to that because I think in life, everybody has to look at it like, why not? Number one, but also number two, we're in such a day and age where everybody's more open minded with everything, right? Everybody wants to expand their horizons. So if you really let there, I say the freak flag fly, you're golden, man. So I think with you, especially with what you do in your content, you definitely get to exude and accentuate that. So I mean, it's kind of a plus for everybody right now. Everybody's being more open minded and working together on that collaborative front.
Well, Mike, I don't care as much about how open-minded people are. If you would care about that, it's not like you can achieve a lot in your life.
True, true. I mean, I always look at it from a stance like this when it comes to do it like this. We always talk about why not, like you mentioned, but also I think it's one of those things where it's like no fucks given. Like do what you want to do and be happy. Because there's so many people, especially nowadays. I know you've seen it in the social media climate and especially with the political climate. Everybody wants to do this. It's more of a united front. You got to just do what you got to do and be happy. I think a lot of people, even with social media and just in general, man, just let it flow. Everybody really has to let it flow with everything, you know?
Well, Michael, I would disagree. It's not about happiness.
Yes.
It's not about happiness. Happiness is an ideology of slaves. You're happy when you conform, when you do what you want. Um, you might end up actually not happy.
Totally understand. I totally agree from that standpoint as well. No, you absolutely make a great point. I think with what you've done also within your work thus far, and as someone who's seen your work and just see what you've done, just overall, I gotta say, some of the scenes that I've seen you do, I mean, for the love of God, Eris Jolie, another beauty, cutie beauty in her own right. Seen a lot of the photos that you posted on social, a lot of great work. Talk about working with Eris.
Oh, Jesus. Well, like Aries can have this image of a beautiful blonde bombshell, but she's so much more than that. She is very intelligent. She is very kind and open to people. So I think like working with her like was the best experience, like in comparison to. Okay, I won't compare people, okay, but but yes, working with her was like very, for the lack of the better word, like comfortable experience, and very good experience. Not just because like she's beautiful or because she's professional, but because um, she makes it very easy to work with her.
I think accommodation and comfortability is so key, and you hit the nail right on the head. I think not just setting boundaries and being safe and spectacular within your work, applying your craft in safe fashion and spectacular. I think the chemistry that we see on screen between you two shows the raw passion and fun and entertainment side that you both bring together. And I think especially when you talk about Eris and especially yourself, that definitely was a genuine mix. And I gotta say, very hot scene, number one, but number two, that definitely did translate on camera.
What do you mean? Did you see it already?
I've seen a lot of the clips from what I've seen as far as just like the samples and stuff and everything you posted on socials from images standpoint. You could definitely tell within all that you definitely have chemistry. So I honestly cannot wait to see more of it. From what I've seen, definitely on
Oh,
your
really?
socials.
Because I haven't seen any clips.
Okay. I'm just saying from like the images and stuff that's out there, I've definitely seen it is what I'm getting at. Yeah,
No,
that's
it should be actually a very hot scene.
okay. Perfect, perfect. But no, that's the
Oh,
stuff
wait,
too. I
the
think that's the stuff too, as one of the things like what people can resonate and generate with that they can see within the scene, and especially seeing the stuff that you post on your socials with all the samples, whether it be solo or who you've worked with, that definitely translate, and it's definitely a gravitational pull, Miss Dasha. So I got to give you kudos on that.
gravitational pull. Oh, Jesus.
Yes, it works, man. It works.
Okay.
It definitely does. And I will say this as well. Another one that you had the absolute pleasure of working with. Let's talk about Raven Nice. My God, man. Definitely another one that really represents the hotness and everything that went into that. Great passion. Talk about working with Raven.
Actually, that's another case like of yeah, absolutely. It was very nice to work with her. Um, she's also very easy to work with, but yeah, it's also like a very hot scene. I guess like we had like a very genuine chemistry. I think so.
Absolutely. And I think once again, like that's one of the best parts from what I've seen, especially if you look at anything, it kind of relates to pop culture. You see what you see and everything on the scenes, whether it be like Cinemax, Skinemax, what have you. There's so many different interpretations of just like the storytelling within scenes and then just the raw passion. So you can definitely have the dialogue, but also have the raw scene in itself. So I think what definitely represented those scenes, especially the one with Raven, you definitely brought it from just every expectation. So that's definitely another hot scene I definitely recommend
I'm not.
anyone check
I'm
out.
not sure what you mean. Can you say
Oh,
more?
sure, of course. I think what's great about it too is from like the pop culture side of things. Like we've seen it in so many different shows. Like it could be Real Sex or anything that aired in the states back in the day. But I think when you look at just the raw hotness and passion and just the overall dialogue, like you can have a storytelling scene in that leads to the overall passion and dare I say the climax, if you will. But also there's stuff where it's just like there's some hot sex into it. So there's different layers and levels that went into the scene, and y'all definitely pull that out very much, very well.
Oh no, there is definitely a lot of hot sex there.
And I think for you too, I think a lot of people always have that misconception. It's just like, hey, man, you just sit down and boom on the bed, you have sex. But I'm like, no, there's like lighting, there's stuff that a lot of people don't even realize when it comes to adult content. You have to have the right lighting, the right quality, the right everything that makes said scene worth having. So I think a lot of people always get the misconception of just, it's just sex. But I'm like, no, you have to have the right behind the scenes and everything in front and behind the camera. It definitely works it out.
You have to keep so many things in mind. But um, I worked before like not only with different kinds of shooting, so it was not like completely new experience for me, and I was working like actually on different sides. I was like helping also with production of some actually even with the production of some stuff for Met, like the Met Gala. So that is just a very special like perspective that you have, that you're always aware of how you should look. But also, yeah, and then the passion and chemistry. It's actually better when you don't have passion because you can focus on, um, you don't get distracted. And then the passion, the fire can actually can be destructive.
Absolutely. I think the authenticity and genuinity definitely is something that's so keen and so key to go on what you said. I always look at it like this too. Like you mentioned the production side. I mean, you have to have the right lens, dare I say, these pupils right here that go into it and really see it for the broadness that it really does oblige and everything. So, I mean, I think you hit a great point on that. It's all about precision and definitely, dare I say, being the best representation of your presentation, so to speak, representing yourself and presenting yourself well. So, I think that definitely adds a lot to it. And I'll say this about you yourself within your images and your work. You definitely showcase that elegance, sensuality, and voluptuosity. So, I mean, I think you hit the traits and you hit the qualities right there within yourself, Dasha.
Do you think people appreciate it though?
I think so. I think whatever you do and whatever you go within your journey in life, I think within your films, it definitely does show. I say this to really pretty much everybody because I have such a respect for the industry and content creation. I've always been one, like we mentioned earlier, just seeing it for what it really is as an art form, right? So if you're painting your canvas and you're doing what you do, because art can be really seen in so many different lights and levels, if you can resonate with somebody, if you can evoke emotions and you elicit reactions, then I think you're golden. So I think you definitely do that, and you bring it. You definitely bring it. Your hard work does not go unnoticed.
Well, Michael, I appreciate it. But you know, like, I guess there are some things to add about that because, um, well, first of all, like me, mostly like if you like look through my Twitter feed, it's mostly shoots with studios. Like I didn't do as much like stuff by myself, you know,
Mhm.
because I'm a very depressed person and I'm actually very lucky and very happy that despite like me not putting as much effort like into building OnlyFans and online presence as many other performers do, like when they actually put a lot of effort into that. But despite that, I keep like getting all these offers from studios, so I'm very lucky in terms of that. And when you work with studios, definitely there are all these people who are professional in terms of choosing the right angles, using this complicated equipment. I don't know how they manage those monstrous like cameras and everything, and lighting and all this like system. But yeah, but on the other hand, you know, many people actually don't like studio porn. Many people prefer like gonzo style porn and like amateur porn, something that actually doesn't have this polished look and that doesn't like have so much skills involved into making the picture look good.
I look at it from a stance. First and foremost, I appreciate that those sentiments even more as someone who's seen a lot of the Gonzo and the amateur style. And it's so funny you bring this up because as someone who's seen both, and if you really compare and contrast it, I tend to agree more with you on that. And this is also my personal opinion as well. I love the polished stuff; it's great, but at the same time, too, there's just something about that amateur porn and just having bringing that overall flavor to it within your own right. It gets very creative and you get to really expand your horizon. So I think creativity is key, and you're painting your own canvas, like I mentioned earlier. But number two, it definitely does have that different feel to it. You just can't describe it, but it has that feel to it. And that's what you got to make it. You got to make everybody feel, you know?
Well, Michael, can I ask you something actually?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I don't know. I'm so interested because I feel like many people watch and perceive porn differently than me.
Yeah.
And I mean, which is not surprising, we are all different, right?
Yes.
But what kind of porn do you watch? Like, in terms of anything, like anything you can say. I'm just like curious to know how
Okay. All
other
right.
people.
I like your style. All right, we'll flip the script here. First and foremost, thank you for that question. I like your style too. But no, I look at it from a stance too, as a from a teenager to where I am now as an adult, because I'll be 34, geez, in a few months. So I, yeah,
You're
so
such a boy.
thank you. But yeah, no, I've always looked at it like this. So I'll watch anything. Like for me, I'll watch MILF porn. I'll watch anything. I've seen some trans porn, of course. I've seen your stuff. I've seen a lot of great people. And I think for me, it's just the people that I've interviewed on this show and just in general. You find so much stuff on the internet and technology. So for me, to be honest, I'll watch anything because I think everybody does a great porn. I could watch some mom stuff. I could watch trans stuff, like I mentioned. I could watch MILFs. I could watch GILFs. Pretty much anything. If you give me the right
What is
person. Yeah.
MILFs?
MILF is like mother I
No,
like to
no,
fuck.
I know MILFs. You said
Oh, the other one, gilfs. So gilfs is like there's some like hot grannies. The grannies I want to fuck is one of them.
no fucking way. That's a
Yeah,
thing.
that's a thing.
That
Yes, hot grannies. Yes.
loves it.
And that's the thing too. I think, like I mentioned at the top of the hour, it's one of those things. Like we mentioned, open mindedness and everything. But I'm like, you can find anything. Like you can learn about it too. I've always said this about porn and anything in life. I think you can agree. You never stop learning. You're always adapting and you're growing and you're finding new stuff in there. Like so many different things. Gilfs, milfs. I mentioned trans. I mentioned moms. Anything. So really, that's the type I'll watch. If you give me something.
Moms,
Yep, like Hot Moms, like anything in those regards. Like there was a site back in the day called My Friend's Hot Mom from Naughty America. Very good quality site. Like give
but
me
what does it mean? What does make a woman a mom?
sure. Anything like well, MILF and Mom are kind of like almost in like the same
Yeah,
category. Yeah. So think of like MILFs, but just it's My Friend's Hot Mom. The story being you have sex with your friend's hot mom, so you're kind of fulfilling that fantasy. So it's kind of like fantasy based, but like with also some realism to it. So it's actually kind of cool.
that is so Freudian.
Yeah.
That is so fucking Freudian.
Yeah, I'll pretty much if I was to answer your question, which again, beautifully asked, I'll watch anything. So I really will watch anything
But
because
what do you focus on when you watch porn? What's important for you?
for me,
Yeah.
man, oh man, you're really getting me thinking on this podcast today. Thank you so much. This is great. But no, for me, I'll watch a story and I love the stories too. Like I'm a mixture with it, like the build up, the dialogue that leads into it. It could be friendly play or what have you from the role play side. But for me, if you have like a good sex scene where it's raw and it's passion and it's just fun, it's spontaneous, the spontaneous combustion and eruption, that's what I look for. The right sex, the right partner, right everything. You could go crazy, you can be romantic, it doesn't matter. I always look for the right raw and passion, and I always look for just spontaneity, man. Just really letting it flow because it's real. You can definitely feel it, literally and figuratively speaking, when you watch the film. So it definitely works to everyone's favor.
Oh, Jesus, that was so deep because I'm more superficial, to be
Okay.
honest. I'm way more superficial. First of all, many men like lesbian porn,
Yeah.
but it works the other way around as well. Like some women like gay porn, and I'm one of those women who likes actually gay porn.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like like handsome boys with abs or something, jokes, this type of guys. And yeah, I don't know, like chemistry, I didn't really notice it. Like sometimes it seems like very dull. Sometimes it seems like you don't see emotions. Do I care about it as much? I don't know. I don't know. I just there are some things that some moments that I want to see in a thing, and I guess that's what I'm focused on.
No, I completely hear you on that. First of all, another great sign of porn is the lesbian porn as well, first and foremost. And there is some great quality stuff with that in gay porn as well. I've always looked at it from a stance like this, and I like your style. I think back in the day there was this couple here in the States, and if I find the video, I will definitely send it to you because it's actually very good. No, it's good. I say this to anybody, like again, for the US listeners out there that remember Skinamax and everything like that. There was a couple named Widow and his wife Nicole Sheridan. They always used to do great films together and different storylines and everything, but it
Mm.
was just, you could tell because they're husband and wife, like it worked perfectly. But I always look at those groups. I always look at there was a show back in the day called Cat House the series, which showcased on like the brothel style and like prostitution and stuff like that. Like the guy owned it in Las Vegas. He's since passed on, but that was like a big thing on HBO back in the day to see the life of that. So it's kind of like a documentary, but mixed with porn to it. So there's a lot of different variations that they covered. So this is kind of like what we had back in the States in like the
But
early
Michael,
2000s.
you're saying that they were a couple, a husband and a wife, right?
Yes, Widow and Nicole Sheridan. Yep, they were husband and wife legit. Yep.
Did they have like those moments of anger or something?
No, from what I remember,
That
even
is the hardest part
I
because like
know
that's what feels like the good sex, like the best sex is when you have a fight and after that you have sex.
this one over here, Breen. Okay, you see, you're making me even smile with these scenarios. No, I love you for this. Like a spank on the ass too, or just like that overall raw passion after a fight, like the makeup sex. Like,
No,
yeah.
when you want to kill a person
Oh, that even that even more too. Okay, all right, even
and you fuck as if you want to kill a person.
okay, all right. First of all. Another
Like,
name,
what is this movie with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, isn't it hot?
Yes. Oh, you see, now you're taking it back from you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh, you see, now you're going into my realm with pop culture. I like your style, Dasha. No, I gotta say, this is the first one anyone's ever asked me, and really, we get to explore this stuff. So, thank you for this. No, thank you. But yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you're taking it back for everybody. That's a classic, all-time classic. Oh. Well, I will say this with what you do thus far within your work, and I will say this about you, Miss Dasha Dime, which is a perfect name in itself because you are most certainly a dime, Dasha. I look at it from a stance like this perfect 10 all around, and I cannot wait to see where you go from here within your journey because, my God, you're definitely bringing the hotness. I'm a fan, and I know a lot of people will definitely enjoy your work.
I appreciate.
Oh, you're very welcome. Now, I always say this as well. I got to bring up a couple more scenes that I've seen of yours. We mentioned Raven Nice. We mentioned Eris Jolie. You did a
Mhm.
very passionate scene with Esme Rogue. My God, that is
Wait,
another one that really stood out. Talk about working with Esme.
Um, yeah, actually, we did it like pretty recently, so I was like very surprised that they released it so fast because producer was actually telling me that it's going to be released later.
Hmm.
And also, it's funny because everybody like wants me to shoot these lesbian scenes, which is cool, but I don't know. I don't know why everybody decided to put me in this role. But yes, apparently people really like it. People really enjoy it.
Trust me, it is definitely fire. And I think what makes it for me too, first of all, when we talk
What-
about yeah, it's fire just because I think from the stance, it's just like the fact that you have that part in the scene, the lesbian scenes. Like I think just because not only you fit the role well and you do it well, whether you're topping or you're bottoming, but it's one of those things where it's just like it's that image, it's that aesthetic. Like I mean, there's one with you wearing leather for God's sake, and I'll say this right now, you know how to rock the leather over here, Miss Dasha Dime. My goodness, like the leather is on fleek. You look awesome. It reminds me of like the Madonna Human Nature type videos from back in the day. Very, very sexy.
Leather,
Like
leather.
a little black, like little latex outfit type of vibes, a little
Yeah,
black.
it was latex.
Latex,
I don't
excuse me.
know, like yes, I like this a little bit aggressive aesthetic sometimes, and I don't know if I'm completely happy with that because this kind of BDSM power play that is also. I'm not sure I have like really videos with that, but it would be cool like to go more into that and maybe actually make a dominatrix video or something. But that is, I'm not very happy about that because I feel like I would do too well in fascist Germany and this scares me.
Totally understand. I think with anything though, I do I hear you
No, I
definitely.
do not understand. Me personally, I do not understand, especially. And this is crazy. I'm attracted to men who say to me that they are almost fascists or something. This is disgusting.
No, I hear you. It's one of those things where I don't know. I honestly, the first of all, that kind of makes me shake my head too. So I get it. I completely understand.
Well, for me, it's very personal because many issues, like I was not born in America, so I'm an immigrant, and this is like a big issue right now. And then I'm transgender, and it's like part of this cultural war right now. And then people of that kind of views,
Mhm.
they like to talk about Russia, Ukraine, and admire Russia and Putin. And this is like a personal offense to me because I uh, I left Russia because of Putin, and Putin destroyed my country and the future of my country. So,
Well, first of all, that hits me right here. And number two, I will say this. Where you are right now, first of all, I'm glad that you're in the States, number one, because people like you are definitely worth being here, number one. But number two, you definitely add a lot to this life in the States. So that I will say this with the utmost sincerity, respect, and love. You're definitely welcome on this platform, and you're welcome here as far as I'm concerned, because you are absolutely lovely. So I just want to see you live your life and do great things.
merci.
That's how you have. You're welcome. That's how you have to be. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm glad that you're here because it's one of those things too, man. Just treat everybody just the way that they want to be treated equally. There's too much of this hate shit, and I'm sorry you had to go through this stuff. But the thing is, you're here now, and we're glad to have you here.
Michael, you're such a sweet, sweet guy.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. And you're a sweet woman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But
No, it's the truth. I mean, it's one of those things. Well, first of all, you got someone here to open up about some of the stuff that I like about porn, so thank you for that. And that's what we do with this platform. We're very conversationalist. We get to talk about great scenes that you've done. Like you definitely have a lot going on for yourself. With every guest that I have, it's everybody has a platform to tell their story. You're here in America. You're no longer in Russia. You got through that. You get out of that hate bullshit, and you're here. Just do your thing. Live the dream, man. Live the fucking dream. To put in the bluntest of terms.
American Dream.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
people still believe in that?
Well,
Or it's like something that is considered now just a myth of neoliberalism?
well, I look at it from a stance. See, that's another great question. I think from me, my experience living in America for almost 34 years, it's almost a mixture of both, especially with the current administration because of who's in power here. I always look at it like this: people come away to get rid of and get away from everything that they've been through yourself. But it's one of those things where it's just like, with how everything is nowadays, I think people are very much mean or they're very much cruel to other people like that, which is not what the American dream's about. If you come here and you make your life and you do good and you do well and you want to continue to prosper and work hard, fucking then just come in here and do it and live it and work it. That's the way I've always seen. You know what I'm saying? If you come here to live the dream, if you come here to work hard, if you come here to provide, because you do add a lot of life to people with everything and what they do, that's the main thing. You know what? It's the pursuit of liberty, it's the pursuit of happiness, and not only is that, it's the pursuit to fucking just be yourself. And that really goes a long way with it. Because again, you never know who you're going to resonate and generate with. And I think at the end of the day, we exist to inspire, my friend. We exist to inspire.
I don't know, all this like talks about American dream. Like in a situation when so people live in poverty and
I
they
know.
match with that. Like I don't know, talking about American dreams seems like a little.
No, I feel you. I think it's you try to be positive in everything and try to make the most of it. But I think with what's going on right now, I'll be honest with you to completely put it in the bluntest of terms, it absolutely sucks. And I'm sorry to say this, folks, but we're in trying.
World is higher.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous with everything that's going on with these shootings and everything and just people, man. People definitely there's a sway and there's a judgment of people out there that just suck. I'll put it in the funnest of terms, they just suck. So you have to get through and rid away of the suckiness, so to speak, and see the good in it. So and there's a lot of good out there in this world, and you are one of them. So please, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, guess I guess it's not enough just to see good
I
in
know.
situation because it doesn't change the situation.
I know. I try. I will say this. I do try, and I know it is, but we got to do something. But I think there's something that brings a lot of people to get
Right?
up there.
But you know what's interesting because we started talking about politics
Yeah.
and like it's interesting to think about connection between politics and porn and sex.
Mhm.
And you know, like what's funny, I guess I saw this funny statistics that now, like in Ukraine, like there is war happening. You know, people are getting bombed, like infants are getting killed, and that is terrible. But what's interesting is that the amount of porn people watch right now in Ukraine surged so much. Like Ukrainians watch so much porn.
Mhm.
I think it's ironic.
It's definitely ironic, but also at the same time too. I've always looked at porn like this. It does not only bring people together, but number two, I think in the world
People together?
it does in a way because with the
Do
community
people watch porn together?
well, no, you know what I mean. Like there's a community of people that enjoy pornographic material. Thank you. It's a community that brings people together.
What do you mean? There are like some kind of public watchings of
There's a
porn,
public watch along. Let's just have a watch along of porn. Just everybody
or like
gather.
online community or something online community of gooners?
I'm sure there is community goodness, but I meant from the online perspective. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
don't know. I think it might be hard
You
to
know what?
watch like porn with your partner.
No, I think that is definitely a thing too, just because of the fact that it adds steam to the bedroom. No, I like your style too. Like, who doesn't want to watch a good porn with your mate, with your spouse, your soulmate, if you will? So it works. I agree. I agree.
Have you ever
Definitely.
done that?
Yeah. I would definitely. I'll be honest with you. As someone who I would definitely do that myself in a way, and because it's hot. It does. It's a steamy in the bedroom. It works. I would definitely do that myself.
Yeah, some get so horny and you want to do like so
Yep.
many different stuff with your partner
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
and just like so many crazy things happening.
Absolutely.
Have you ever fucked on cocaine, Michael?
Oh God. No. No. No, I'll be honest with you, drug free, alcohol free, but I can say the many times
Oh
that
wow.
yep, I've always been very
Me
disciplined.
too.
Just
Definitely
yes,
me too.
it's because you know what it is too. Like when I was a kid, like I had a lot of cousins that smoked, and my grandfather, God rest his soul, used to
Oh,
smoke back
oh,
in the day, but he quit like around the time I was born. So I've never dug it. I had an uncle that was a drunk in his own right, love him to death, but when he got drunk, he was one of those angry drunks. So seeing that and seeing like that type of stuff, it steered me away from it. But I could say for the many times that I've been in sexual encounters and have fucked, they have been very, very pleasant and enjoyable and very passionate and very just steamy. So for
cool.
me, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So yeah, that's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it.
You're a love fighter.
Yeah, I'm definitely a lover. I'm definitely a lover. I can't.
You know, it's the same thing because actually Freud was saying how that the opposite of love is not hatred, it's indifference.
Yeah,
And why he was talking about that is because he had this theory of drives of model energies. One of them is libido or eros,
yeah.
sex drive, and another one is death drive, thanatos, or like martyro. And it is the desire for self-destruction. And those energies sometimes they transform, one turns into another.
Whew, absolutely. First and foremost, I think that's the first time that anybody's ever used Freud on this show. So thank you. We're getting really
That
deep.
is so weird. Like it's like you're talking to people about sex and porn, and nobody brings Freud.
Nobody brings up Freud. I think this.
Who like had the only person who has like the working theory of sexual relations, and like there is like a cultural war about trans people, but Freud is the only person who can explain trans phenomenon.
I've always looked at it. Okay, now first and foremost, now you're going to get me thinking deep on this. I like your style. No, because this is important to have these type of conversations. So I've always looked at it like this. I think people with the culture war with trans, I've always looked at it like this. First of all, who cares if somebody's trans or whatever? Let them live their life.
I
Everybody is good. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I said that I care.
Oh, absolutely, we care. But I've always looked at it. What I mean by who cares, it's like who cares if someone's trans or whatever. I mean, like treat everybody equally, human beings. You know, at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and I think trans
I don't
people.
care people being fascists.
I'll be honest with you, fascism is one of the worst things ever. We definitely have a lot of that going on in this country, and I think for me, when it comes to
So
that,
you about what other people are.
me, no, I don't. Honestly,
So
it
you
does.
care if a person is a fascist.
Oh no, I care if someone's a fascist. I'm saying I don't care if someone's trans. I think women like
So
yourself.
you care what other people are.
What's that?
So you care what other people are.
Oh no, 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 I don't care. I don't care what other people
But
are.
you just said that you care if a person is a fascist.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry. I misspoke. No, you're fine. I don't care. I should say I care if someone's a fascist, but I don't care if someone's trans for the
What's
fact
the difference?
that okay, see now you're putting me on the spot here. Okay. I think with human beings, whether you're male, female, or trans, I think people are human beings are
Trans people are quite often male or female.
okay. Now you okay. Now you see you're putting me on the spot here. I all right. I'll leave it at like this.
Trans women are women.
Yes, exactly. Trans women are women, yes, but I think people as a whole, as human beings, are beautiful human beings. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. But no, I am not. I don't. I don't support fascism at all. Not at all.
You do not? Are you
No.
sure?
Yes, I'm very much sure
What if
I do.
I find out that you are?
Oh, I trust me. I do not. I do not support fascism at all. I
Do
do
you
not.
promise?
I promise wholeheartedly.
Pinky
Yeah.
promise?
Pinky promise.
Double pinky?
Double pinky.
Okay, good.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I will say this. You, my friend, are definitely a delight. And number two, you are a great conversation. You made me think, and you also do bring a lot to the table. So I cannot wait to see where your journey goes. I cannot wait to see where you go within your life and just in general, man. You're definitely a blessing to it. So I'd love to have you back for round two. If you'd love to come back, I definitely love to feature you again. It's been a blast talking to you today.
Oh, yes, Michael, sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And before we close this out, where can we follow you on social medias, Dasha? The floor is yours.
We yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans. I didn't really start doing like many vids, but I'm going to do that soon. But you can find me everywhere just by typing Dasha Diamond. That's my username, and that is also my name on all these platforms. Um, I wish I could also say that you can follow me on Reddit, but my Reddit is banned. So yeah.
Understood as well. And I will say this, but where we can follow you, the links will definitely be in the description because she's a great follow. Posts great imagery, great samples of her clips, and just as an overall fun follow. Definitely go out of your way and follow the great Dasha Dime over here. And folks, if you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel, it is S&M Network Shows for all your podcasting needs. And with that being said, one of the things I always end this with is not just the name of one of the podcasts that I do, but it's my overall mindset. It's called Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Dash and Dime, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time today.
That's it. Thank you.